Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard pregame show. Derek Brizendine alongside Alec Dopp. And Alec, this team, resilience. That's the only word I have to describe it.
That's the right word. It seems like we've been pushed to the brink a number of times this year, but the Mallards have definitely, answered the bell, so to speak, kind of in the late innings of a lot of home games and a lot of away games, and that's been, a key component to their success so far. And it was great to see last night.
And they could have easily given up last night, been down a couple runs here and there. They'd score a run and then they'd give a couple back, and they could have just thrown in the towel like they could have so many times this season. But 4 walk-off wins later, and those walk-off wins they're going to be huge as we come to the close of the season.
Oh, absolutely, every win's big, as we all know. But last night was, honestly, for me and for everyone pretty much who follows the league on a daily basis, like what we could have expected from those two teams. Those two, obviously, La Crosse and Madison, neck and neck for the third place in the divisional standings for the South Division. And the back and forth really was just kind of a an example of why this league is so competitive, and especially against a team that's built like La Crosse and Madison, two extremely talented teams. And the Mallards had the last say, fortunately, but a lot went into that, and we'll kind of get into that here soon.
And last night was, for me, a really special walk-off because Gene Ramirez, special player, started the season out. I know we've talked about it, but he started the season out as a temp player, and the catcher position on this team is just so deep with already full-time catchers that they could have easily said, Gene, sorry. It's a tough move, but we have to make it, kind of like what they did with Chris Tashida, a great player, but just didn't have the room for him. And they could have said that, but Gene proved himself and just continually proves himself an all-star. It was great to see him walk off last night.
Yeah, definitely, Derek. It's just the nature of the business. You got to make, obviously, tough decisions, and all the credit in the world to Donnie for making his voice heard. He's a big fan of Gene's. Donnie obviously played catcher at the big league position, the big league level. So he knows what he's talking about. He knows talent when he sees it. And Gene didn't come into this season with the Mallards, with huge numbers from Illinois State, but we've seen him kind of blossom this summer, and it's been great to kind of see him develop at the plate, behind the plate, kind of as a leader of the team. And he's one of 4 guys you could really throw out there any day, honestly, as starting catcher. And if he's behind the plate, that's fine, and he's going to provide. He's an all-star. He's going to provide tremendous production, as we've seen so far. But it's really been a challenge for Donnie Scott, to fit him in the lineup, even at third base or first base. So it's been great having Gene.
And Gene played a huge role, obviously, getting the hit. But I think what often gets overlooked is Logan Regner at second. And last night, we'll listen to it here in just a minute, but Chris Oldak's call, just listen to this here real quick, and it really breaks down the difference between just a base hit and how important Logan Regner was at second.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, chopper, over the head of Baker at third. In to scores Butler. Regner around, a play at the plate. Not in time. The Mallards walk off yet again. Good night, Madison.
Alec, as we heard and saw there, Chris Oldak's voice slowly picked up more and more as Logan Regner was rounding the base. And when Logan's out there, it's always, you never know what's going to happen because that guy, he goes 110% all the time, and you just love to see that from a player.
Yeah, you can just see it on his face at the ballpark every single day. He goes to the cage. He's professional. He's focused. He's here to have fun. I'm sure sometimes it's tough to tell with kind of the image that he portrays because it's a really serious one. He's here to get better, and he's really gotten better. I think he had a great season with Central Michigan, and he's developing his MLB prospect status here recently, and this year he's really, he's 4th in the league in batting average now. 339, that's incredible. And he's reached base in 38 of 40 games he started this year, which is nothing short of extremely, extremely impressive. So, having him out on the base paths and kind of figure out how he can just contribute to the offense in a multitude of different ways has been really a treat to watch this year.
Him and Jason Goldstein are guys that are returning players that you mentioned it. There is just a feel around them that I'm here to take care of business. I'm doing something I love and I'm going to have fun with it, but I'm here to take care of business. I'm not here to, put on a show. I'm here to play baseball, make better, and improve my skills to the scouts that are out in the stands and show that I deserve to be in the league.
Yeah, and we get plenty of the scouts here at Madison all the time, and they're always, wondering who we should be looking at and whatnot. And the first thing not the first thing, but one of the guys I always tell them to look at after obviously the obvious guys like Gonsolin, Anthony Gonsolin, and is Logan Regner, because this guy's developed a reputation for being a solid bat atop the lineup who can get on base and even steal bases too. That's what makes him especially versatile for the Mallards, and I think that if he can continue to do that, the Mallards will be very successful.
Alec, we talk a lot about the bats, but very important last night was that pitching staff out of the bullpen. Despain only went a couple innings, but the new guys in the bullpen back there came in and threw one or two real good innings apiece, and that was just huge to bring in new arms like that have only been here for a couple days, but are playing just absolutely great.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about the Northwoods League. I mean, you bring in the new guys and you may or may not know what they can throw. And it's a challenge for Donnie Scott and for any manager, to have trust in those guys. I mean, they see them before the game, obviously, and they know a little bit about what they can throw. But, it's a different animal, kind of, you could say, when it's in game. And it was great to see Brandon White, who we just acquired. He's throwing about 91. He was throwing pretty hard. He worked ahead in the count. You can definitely tell he has swing and miss stuff to his game, and the other guys, Spencer Goebel. I mean, he's got some good pitches too, and the bullpen has really been as valuable as some of the things we've seen this summer. The bullpen has really been the fallback, honestly, for the Mallards, and the Mallards leading the league in strikeout to walk ratio for pitchers this year. I mean, by a wide margin. I think it's at 2.5 right now. And that's the best in the league by far. So leaning back on that bullpen, and even with the new guys, I think it's really important for the Mallards moving forward.
Before we go here, real quick, give me one or two sentences. AJ Bogucki on the mound tonight. Give me one or two sentences what he needs to do to be successful.
Oh, get ahead in the count. Establish the zone early, and just work ahead. That's one thing that AJ has done really well, especially in the second half. Just limiting the walks and getting the strikeouts as he usually does, and it's going to be a treat to watch him tonight.
Well, after tonight, Mallards go on a long road trip, so big test for them. Need to get a win here tonight while we're at home. Have that home field advantage. Just keep playing well as we roll on into next week. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you back here next Saturday.